Imagine finding out that for 2 years, every intimate moment you thought was private was being watched by a stranger. Not just watched, cataloged, traded, and discussed in detail. And to make it worse, at least one of those videos was recorded when you were still a teenager. This is a story about betrayal, violation, and what the law can actually do to protect you when someone you trusted turns out to be your worst nightmare. Let's talk about what happened, what your legal options actually are, and what you need to do right now if you're in a situation even remotely similar to this one. A 20-year-old woman in California had been in a casual but ongoing relationship with a 23-year-old man for 3 years. Like many couples, they recorded intimate moments together. She believed those recordings were private. She believed they were shared in trust. She was wrong. And the moment she found out, her entire understanding of the past 3 years collapsed around her. The stakes here could not be higher. We're talking about videos and images of a deeply personal nature being shared without consent. We're talking about a network of people trading these materials like they're baseball cards. We're talking about recordings that were made when she was a minor. And we're talking about a situation where the content may have already spread beyond any one person's phone. This isn't just heartbreak. This is a serious crime in the state of California, and potentially a federal crime as well. So let's walk through exactly what happened, what she discovered, and what it means legally. She had been suspicious for a while. Something felt off, and eventually she trusted her gut and checked her partner's phone. What she found was staggering. For at least 2 years, he had been systematically forwarding her intimate videos and photos to a male friend she had never even met. But it wasn't just passive sharing. These two men were actively coordinating. They discussed which positions to record. They gave each other instructions. They were essentially directing content without the knowledge or consent of the women involved. And it wasn't just her. This friend was also sharing videos of other women he had slept with, creating what amounted to a private trading ring for non-consensual intimate images. The friend's girlfriend apparently knew about this arrangement. The woman telling this story was the only person in the dark. It gets worse. The friend had been saving everything to his personal gallery, and she has reason to believe the trading didn't stop with just the two of them, that these videos may have been passed along even further. Once an intimate image leaves one person's phone, it can spread in ways that become nearly impossible to fully track or stop. And then there's the detail that changes the entire legal landscape of this situation. At least one of the videos that was shared was recorded when she was 17 years old. Her partner was 20 at the time. That means a video of a minor in an intimate context was created, retained, and then distributed to at least one other person. Under both California law and federal law, that is child sexual abuse material. Full stop. There is no gray area there. This isn't just a revenge porn case anymore. This is potentially a federal criminal matter. She grabbed her phone and recorded the messages on his screen to document what she found. Then she packed her things and left. Smart moves on both counts. But now she's facing something she's never dealt with before, with no legal experience, very little money, and a very real fear that even if she goes to police, he'll just hide the files on a thumb drive or encrypted app, and his friend already has copies of everything anyway. So what are her actual options? Let's break this down clearly. First, and most urgently, she should report this to law enforcement immediately. I know that can feel overwhelming or even pointless, but here's why it matters in this specific case. The moment a video of a minor is involved, this becomes a matter for more than just local police. The FBI has jurisdiction over the distribution of child sexual abuse material, and they have significantly more tools and resources to investigate and recover digital evidence than a local department does. Federal investigators can issue subpoenas to tech companies, track file sharing across platforms, and compel the deletion of content in ways that a civil lawsuit often cannot. She should file a report with her local police department and specifically mention that at least one video involved her as a minor. She should ask that the case be referred to the FBI. This is not an exaggeration or escalation. This is exactly what the law is designed for. Second, California has one of the strongest revenge porn laws in the country. Under California Penal Code Section 647J4, it is a crime to distribute intimate images of another person without their consent, when the distributor knew or should have known the person depicted had a reasonable expectation of privacy. This is a misdemeanor that can carry jail time and fines. Repeat offenses or cases involving specific aggravating factors can result in felony charges. Her partner and his friend both potentially violated this law. Her partner for distributing the images, and his friend for receiving and further distributing them. Third, California also has a civil cause of action for non-consensual porn under Civil Code Section 1708.85. This means she can sue both individuals in civil court for damages. Now, she mentioned she's unemployed and money is tight, which is a real concern. But here's something important to know. Many attorneys who handle these cases work on contingency, meaning they don't get paid unless you win. Organizations like the Cyber Civil Rights Initiative provide free legal referrals and resources specifically for victims in situations like this. The Without My Consent Project is another resource. She should not assume she can't pursue legal action just because she doesn't have money right now. Fourth, she's worried, rightly, that he'll hide the files or that his friend will just keep sending them back. This is a legitimate concern, but there are mechanisms to address it. A restraining order can include provisions prohibiting further distribution of intimate images. Violating a restraining order is a criminal offense on its own. Additionally, major platforms like Google, Facebook, Instagram, and others have established processes specifically for removing non-consensual intimate images. She can submit takedown requests directly. The Stop NCII platform, operated in partnership with major tech companies, allows victims to create a hash of their images so that those images can be detected and prevented from being uploaded across multiple platforms without her having to share the images themselves. Fifth, the evidence she gathered, recording the messages on his screen with her phone, is a start, but she should also write down everything she remembers in as much detail as possible. Dates, what she saw, the content of specific messages, any usernames or profile pictures she might have noticed. The more detail she can provide to law enforcement, the better. Now, what can you take from this situation? Whether you're watching because something similar has happened to you or because you want to be informed. The most important lesson here is that the law is catching up to this kind of violation, and it is a violation. It's not a gray area, it's not a complicated moral question, and it is not something victims should feel ashamed of pursuing legally. Non-consensual sharing of intimate images is recognized as a form of sexual abuse, and the legal system increasingly treats it that way. If you have ever shared intimate content with a partner, you have certain rights over that content. You did not consent to it being shared with third parties. You did not consent to it being traded. And if you were a minor at the time any of it was recorded, the law is especially clear and especially serious in your protection. Document everything before confronting anyone. Leave the situation safely first, then gather evidence second, then contact law enforcement. Do not delete anything, even things that feel embarrassing or painful to keep, because evidence is what drives these cases forward. Know that resources exist, even if you have no money. The Cyber Civil Rights Initiative has a crisis helpline. Many states have legal aid organizations. Federal crimes like the distribution of child sexual abuse material are prosecuted at no cost to the victim because the government acts as the prosecuting party. And finally, because this matters, what happened to this woman is not her fault. She trusted someone. She was intimate with someone. The betrayal is entirely on him and on the people he chose to involve. The shame belongs to them, not to her. If this happened to you, or if you think you might be in a situation where your intimate images have been shared without your consent, please don't wait. Contact the Cyber Civil Rights Initiative, reach out to local law enforcement, and speak to an attorney who specializes in this area. You have more legal protection than you probably realize, and you deserve to use every bit of it. If you found this video helpful, subscribe so you don't miss our next video. We cover real legal situations that real people face, and we break down what the law actually says in plain language. Hit the notification bell so you're always the first to know when we post. Your awareness is your protection.